How you doing today, folks? And welcome to Red Wolf EDC. Now, I recently snapped my ankle, broke one of my leg bones, fucked up some ribs, messed up my wrist, did a whole bunch of, I did a number on myself, right? And so I've been sitting on this couch for like 2.5, almost 3 months, and I've been kind of embracing my inner mall ninja. It's just been scrolling online, looking at videos like, ooh, that would fuck somebody up. Ooh, that fuck somebody up. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I spent a lot of money recently. Um, I have bought 5 or 6 different things from M48 or United Cutlery. I have a big ass spiked warhammer. I got a comma. I got some swords. I got some axes. I got a whole bunch of shit that is just dumb, frankly. But I want to take a moment to shout out a product that I actually really, really freaking love. This is the M48 double warhammer. Now, first and foremost, right, this bitch is heavy. It's about 8 pounds or so. Nothing insane, but definitely if you're not used to swinging a hammer, a war hammer, a physical hammer, if you're not used to manual labor, you don't got some pretty decent sized fucking arms, not as big as it used to be, but pretty decent, then this is going to hurt you. So be aware of that. Take it slow. Definitely practice before you start swinging it around, because you're going to swing it around. You're probably going to blow your fucking back out like my buddy Ryan did already. I've only had this for like 3 or 4 days, right? And my neighbor, well, I live in the middle of nowhere right now. Basically, to explain where I live, there's a long gravel pathway. There's a freaking school-ish, like almost abandoned school. I swear to God, it's haunted, I guess. Um, Over there, and then you go further down the actual road, and there's 3 houses that are all abandoned. And then further down the actual road is a brick house, and Ryan lives there. And I met him skating, and became pretty fast friends because he also appreciates knives and smashy things like I do. And I showed him this, and he's like, "Ooh!" and picked it up. He's like, "Oh, that's pretty heavy." Then we set up a 2x4 on a couple freaking of like the actual cinder blocks or whatever, and went to smash it. And this thing smashed through just fine. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And then it kept on carrying, and Ryan went with it. So he just smashed. Ah! He freaking tore his rotator cuff in his freaking shoulder. Like, he's hurt. So don't be like Ryan. If you're going to swing this thing around, make sure you can actually do so with control. Make sure you have enough strength to be able to actually wield it, because it's definitely heavy. It's still usable, but be careful. Now, without further ado, because I've been talking for 3 minutes and even showed the goddamn thing yet. First off, this spike is nasty. It facilitates for breaking concrete really, really well. Just hold it down and just smash it. But it also hurts your hand. I have stabbed myself with this freaking spike so many times. It does bleed. It's not going to like gush blood or anything like that. It's not super fucking bad. But, I have little nicks all over my hand and everything else, and my arm and my leg from that, to the point where I honestly wish it wasn't there. I have the hiccups. As far as the actual sheath, this thing is cheap as fuck. I can almost guarantee this is going to fall apart. So if you were to just turn it, this is going to tear. It's basically rubber, but it's really very, very thin rubber. So if you do get this, probably get a custom sheath. But as far as the actual freaking warhammer, right? Look at that shit. That is nasty. It's badass. A couple scratches here and there, nothing too crazy. Pretty easy to clean off again. You have your spike pieces right here on all 4 sides and a center one. So to give you an idea of how force works, right, if you're not aware of that, weight pays a significant amount towards force, but so does the actual point of impact. So even though you're seeing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little spikes, each of those little spikes are going to generate a lot more force than just this would if it's flat. So yes, these hurt. They're not the most practical thing ever, But if you're hitting an object or a person, because how that is and how the force multiplication works, it's going to really, really hurt. I mean, it destroyed that 2x4 like it was nothing. And that 2x4 is a lot stronger than like our bones, for example, or our skulls. So, like, as far as a weapon, this thing is deadly. And this thing is deadly to yourself. I mean, you can definitely like do that in order to actually stab somebody if you wanted to, and it would hurt. Because you have this though, and you can, generate a lot of force even really, really, really close. I don't see it being too much of an issue. And if somebody is close, right? Like if they want to take it from you, they're kind of like really on your ass. This is sharp. So literally, you grab this piece, and you arc that into their body. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot, and they're gonna want to go, "Ow, no, never mind." And you go, "Smash!" To be clear, I'm not killing nobody with a fucking warhammer. This is just some mall ninja shit because I can't get up and train. I've been doing martial arts for a very long time, weapons training for about almost 10 years, now about 9.5, 8 years. But I do martial arts every single day, and I have since I was a literal child for hours a day, and I can't do it right now. And I'm just having urges to just smash things, become a mall ninja. Because, like, God, I can't work out, I can't do shit, and it sucks. I can train my biceps. I sit on the couch and I go like this with freaking my little weights. These things. I do it all the goddamn time. But that's about all I can really do safely. So I'm just fantasizing. I think I might be a little crazy. Let's be honest here. But this is cool. I've not been able to use it yet for obvious reasons. I have like leaned on some shit or whatever and smashed some very basic things, but it's not super practical because I can't put my force behind it. So I've used this very, very lightly, but I'm looking forward to smashing some shit once I get this fucking goddamn thing healed. So this is awesome. This is crazy looking. What I do use this for a lot is a workout device, because even though this only weighs about 8 pounds, because it actually is like this, so you have the actual stick, and the farther this piece goes from your actual hand, the more it technically weighs to your body. So 8 pounds is like 35. This feels like it weighs more than that does. It doesn't. It's just how force works and everything else. It's just freaking physics. So literally, I'll take this and I'll just do motions like this. So it's definitely a weapon. It's also a workout aid if you're just bored at home. It's also going to facilitate functional strength, right? Like doing this shit all day, it's going to give me big ass arms. Doing that shit, it's going to give me bigger shoulders. Almost hurt myself, right? It definitely does stuff, but it's not super functional. It's pretty. It makes you look good, but it's not functional. This, on the other hand, will actually teach you how to swing not only this, but also work out these muscles right here, and also work out something to where if you actually were to use a hammer, either this hammer or a regular ass hammer, you have more force to generate and you can do it easier. So it is a functional strength training tool on top of an actual weapon. And I use this thing all the time for that strength training purposes. Now, as far as the actual handle goes, right, this thing is awesome. At some point in time, I'm going to actually glue some leather strips into this piece to kind of make it more like my own and customize it. But just factory, like, I'm trying very hard to pull my hand out. And it goes a little bit, but not very much at all. This is very much will lock your hand in. You also have this kind of like piece right here, which also locks your hand in. So it's not going anywhere. If you want to do finer tasks for whatever reason, these little finger grooves facilitate that very, very well. They feel good. You definitely are secure. So if you want to punch someone with this or whatever, this feels very, very good. This feels better, but this feels very good as well. So, in closing, do you need a tactical warhammer? Honestly, I don't think anyone really needs it, but I definitely wanted it. And if you want it, I'd say grab it. This is like $40. It's not $100. It's not $200. It's not like the RMJ freaking Snuggles or Cuddles. They have both of those now, or both of those warhammers. Snuggles was like $750, $800, and Cuddles was like $6 or 606. Wow, what the fuck did I just do? And Cuddles was like $600. That's expensive. That's an investment. $40? That ain't shit. So if you're on the fence and you want the M48 United Cutlery Tactical Warhammer, either the double bit or the single bit, which has a spike on the end of it, grab it. It's awesome. I've been investing in my inner mall ninja over the last couple of weeks, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff from M48 because they had a whole bunch of crazy ass things. To be clear, I would not recommend anything with an edge to get through M48 because it's just cast metal. It's not going to really hold an edge. But something like this, you don't need it to hold an edge. It's meant to smash some shit. And it has very strong, tensile force to actually be able to break it. This nylon handle is very, very durable. And it's just awesome. And again, it's $40. So should you get a M48 United Cutlery Tactical Warhammer? My answer to that is, why the fuck wouldn't you? It's $40 and it's awesome. Smash some shit. Don't smash each other. But definitely smash that like button. Actually, don't at all. I could really give a fuck less, but it would seem like a funny kind of transition. But as always, folks, I love you all. And get yourself a Warhammer. Warhammer. Why? I don't know. But it's awesome. Love you.